So I'm going to pull him down a bit. Now his eyes are at a different place than these eyes, and as Dom just said, the camera that you see through when you're in hubs gets automatically put right between the two eye bones. And so um, if you've ever tried to do this without a skeleton, you may have been like, why is my camera here? Or like, why did it get put in such a weird spot? It's because you didn't have a skeleton and it
Yeah,
didn't
if you
know
don't
where to
have the
put them.
skeleton, we basically treat your entire model as the head. Um, we kind of generate a skeleton for you on the fly, and we just take your entire model, put it as the head, and then center the camera in the center of it. So you're going to be looking out of the chest of this avatar, or
Right. So
um,
the eye bones right now are here and here. So we're going to want to actually move some of the skeleton around to match our model. And that's Blender makes that really easy. I'll show you how to do it. Let me get rid of the bot model at this point. I'm just going to select the old avatar model and just hit X and delete it. And now we can see our guy here. Um, and in order to edit the skeleton, it has to be selectable, which I turned off. You go into edit mode with tab or this drop down here and just start moving things around the way you need to. So like from the side on this guy, uh, we don't do a whole lot of like bending and weird things, but the neck right now is here and the head is here. So I'm actually going to just grab like the neck part and move it up. Make sure snapping isn't on. I'm going to move it up a bit so it's kind of at the base here, and then maybe move the head up a bit. Um, I don't really like how I did that. What did I do? What have I done? Oh, I kind of like moved it in a weird way. This head bone actually doesn't really matter that much. The eyes matter a lot more actually. So let's see if I can grab them. Now these are a little tricky because I'm going to need to like get them evenly in the spot for these eyes. I do it orthographically. So I start with the front view. I grab the middle bone there and I hit G, and then it by default is just moving 2D on this plane. So I'm going to kind of put it where the pupil is.
and Fernando in chat is asking about IK for the arms and that sort of stuff.
Mm,
Yeah, we don't have that right now. There are some libraries in 3JS that do this. We've looked into them very briefly, but it's not something we've implemented yet. I think one of the most promising ones I've seen has been this system that the ExoKit folks are working on, which is pretty cool. Like they have this whole avatar IK system that yeah, I think we'd be really excited to use at some point, at least as an option. I think
yeah,
part of it is like figuring out the expense of like how we do it in a way that doesn't bog everyone down. There's different strategies we can go there and go into that further at some point, but yeah, short answer is like we don't have that right now, but I think we would like to have something like that as an option at least in the future.
for sure. So I got the one in a pretty good spot. I put its pivot point of that bone like kind of at the center of the eyeball because I know
Hmm.
that when the animation plays on these, because there's actually animation on these bones already from the bot. I'm just gonna try to repurpose
Yeah,
it.
that's the other advantage of using this instead of recreating your own, skeleton from scratch is that this file also has animations for the kind of eyes
Hand
idling and also the
poses.
hand poses. The hand poses is the big one. Having to redo those are
That's a pain.
a big pain.
Even I hate doing it over again, and I've done it a bunch. So what I do is I just look at the one bone's values now, and I paste them onto the other one. So like now I know that the Y position needs to be that. I paste it from him to him. That wasn't right. Wait.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's because of these tail values. The way that this works is weird. They get their values. It's kind of hard to explain. I have to kind of just basically paste in these values until they match. Um, and then the Z position of this is, I could type them, but I have a bad working memory, and so I'm just pasting. And then the same, like the Z position of the
Right, you
tail.
have to move all the pieces.
Yeah, I know there's probably Blender experts out there, oops, who are, that wasn't right, who are cringing, like, why didn't
Yeah,
you
there's
just,
probably a way to copy the whole
there's like a button to
value somehow.
mirror it,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah, I would
and
bet.
I am being kind of lazy. And then Really, the X position is the only one that you have to paste differently by getting rid of like if it's positive or
Right,
negative.
because this is centered around the origin, you'll be able to just flip the axis there.
Yeah. So I, in retrospect, I probably should have just eyeballed it. Um,
No pun
but
intended.
there we go. Oh yeah, good one. Tom with the dad joke. I like it. That's usually my territory.
I know. Well, you were focused on something, so I
I know. Okay,
had to do
so
it for
so
you.
what this means now is that because I've placed these two eye bones here, when this guy loads and hubs, the camera will get put right here between the eyes, which
Hmm.
is where people will be looking at you. So that's kind of cool.